Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we're going to be continuing our trading card games. However, instead of going to Pokemon, today we're going to be doing a little different. We are going to be going to Magic the Gathering. Now, on the day of me recording this, which I think this video might not come out for a week or so, I don't know when, the Magic the Gathering Forgotten Realms, Adventures in the Forgotten Realms just dropped. It is a brand new collaboration between Magic the Gathering and Dungeons and Dragons, which I think is a freaking amazing idea. I know that Dungeons and Dragons had a Magic themed set, but this is the first time Magic has a Dungeons and Dragons set, and I just think it's a really cool idea. So I went down to the local trading card shop about a town over, and I picked up a bundle for $40. This comes with 10 draft boosters. Comes with a few other things. And I just think it was an amazing deal. Now I know, draft, you're supposed to play a draft event. You're not supposed to just sit here and open it. But you know what? I thought this was an amazing idea to get a larger amount of cards just to look and appreciate the artwork. So this set right here, it comes with, like I said, the 10 draft boosters, which are 15 cards each, so about 150 cards. It's going to come with a alternate art additional foil treasure chest card. It's going to come with a beautiful collector's box, just like the Pokemon one we had for our last video. It's going to come with 20 basic lands. Get those pretty cheap, but 20 traditional foil lands, which are really cool, as well as 3 oversized dungeon cards. I don't know anything about that. It also comes with a oversized dice, a D20. And so yeah, without further ado, let's get this sucker opened. Let's check it out. Like I said, I bought this from a local card shop. Guys, always support local if you can. You can probably buy stuff off Amazon, all that stuff online, but you just trust me, support local. This was $40 Amazon, $40 local. At least I'm helping build the local community, man. So anyways, without further ado, let's get to it, guys, on the other camera. Without further ado, we're back to this temporary cloth. We got our bundle right here. Let's go and open this up. My little handy dandy knife. Try to be as careful as I can not to scratch anything. Not to cut anything. Yeah, let's get this open right here on this side. There we go. Cutting as little as I can because I don't know where the box ends and the product begins. So let's get this open. Check that out. This plastic foil. Throw it on the ground. We got it right here, guys. Let me turn that for you. Dungeons and Dragons, Adventures in the Forgotten Realms bundle, which just means it comes with a few extra cool things, like I said before, the dice, the case, all that yada yada. 10 draft booster packs, like I said, 15 cards each. I think that's awesome. $40 for 150 brand new cards, I think is a great deal. So here is the case. Look at that beauty. That is actually a really cool case. I love the design. I love that it's focusing constantly. Okay. Alright, we'll go and put this aside for now. So first, let's look at what this is. I'm not sure. Realms. Nope, that's just information involving it. Look at that artwork already. Can't wait to see what the cards have. Embark on a new quest. A brand new, totally free, new D&D campaign story. That actually sounds cool. I might look into that later. This is empty. Spacer box? I don't know. Set that aside for now. So here is the, what are they called on the box? These are the oversized dungeon cards. These are pretty oversized. I mean, that is nuts. But let's see what they have. Dungeon of the Mad Mage. That sounds kind of cool. I'm not sure how they work. Like I said, this just dropped today. I have not looked into the rules. I have even thought to look at what is considered the cards to look for. So I'm not even sure what I'm going to pull today. But let's get these up here. So let's see. Dungeon of the Mad Mage. This is the one I saw in the front. Yawning Portal. You gain 1 life. Dungeon level. Scry 1. Goblin Bazaar. Yeah, I'm not sure how these work. I'm wondering. Cave entrance. So yeah, I'm curious to see how these work. I'm gonna set these aside for now. We'll come back to those though, I'm sure. Chances are after this video I will probably look into them, but for now let's get into this box. Like, I actually really love this artwork right here in this box. That is pretty freaking cool. I love the colors in it. Look at that beautiful Dungeons and Dragons Adventures in the Forgotten Realms. Both sides have that logo. Let's get to it, guys. Let's open this right up and look at there. So as soon as this camera decides to focus on us, come on, there we go. So we got right here is that dice. Look at this. Now when I was in the trading card shop, the lady behind the counter pointed out to me that these aren't like normal Magic the Gathering dice. So these ones, on a regular Magic the Gathering dice, it'll be in order 1, 2, 3, all the way up to 20. These ones, however, if you notice, are going to be in a random order. None of them are going to be one after another. So this is important because I've been told that some of the cards in this Adventure of the Forgotten Realms, I've been told go by D&D logic. So some of these cards you will have to roll for, which could greatly affect what the card does, is what kind of the gist of what I got. So that is a brand new mechanic to Magic the Gathering, and I am super excited to figure out, you know, how that works. So let's go ahead and keep going. So this is the treasure chest card. Look at this. It is a holographic treasure chest card. This is one of them I saw on the front. They said it was going to be in here. So I knew this one was going to be in here. These clear packages. Plain. So, okay. So these are just 20 mana cards. I could show you guys these, but, well, actually, we could open them because I forgot they do have special artwork on each of the mana cards for each series. So let's go ahead and look at these. Let's go ahead and see what they have. Come on. I always struggle with this part, guys. Always struggle with it. Let's go and look at these mana cards. So these are the planes. Look at that. That is actually really cool. You've traced the tensions in 10 towns to the dwindling reindeer populations. What has been hunting them? So that is beautiful. Look at that artwork. See a little bit of glare right there, but that's fine. Let's go to the next one. Actually, there's glare in the car artwork, so that's something to think about. Okay, let's go ahead and go to the next one. We have another plains. This one looks like a rocky area. That's kind of cool. Almost like there's a little village or something. Not sure on that plateau. Let's go ahead and put these back up here. That's kind of cool. Okay. Next one is another basic land. They're all basic lands. I don't know why I said that, but check this one out. Kind of a cool little area as well. A rocky area. Check that out, guys. This is some beautiful artwork on these cards. The last plains looks to be some sort of cave situation. I'm not sure. Cave, there's some people down there. You guys can kind of see. Almost like a town within a cave, which is kind of cool. Giant sun-like thing. Kind of like a Journey to the Center of the Earth kind of vibes going on there. That's kind of cool. We're going to move on to the water. This one's another cave. That's kind of cool. Little crystal cave situation going on right there. Look at that. There's a water mana. That's beautiful. Look at all those crystals. Alright, another island mana, I guess I should say. This one looks like an island with some obelisks. Look at that. That is kind of cool. Now I know it may be kind of hard to see some of these on the camera, so I greatly encourage you guys to check these out because this is beautiful artwork. This one looks to be like a port town. Look at this. There's a boat going towards a port right there. That is beautiful. If I ever go back into Magic actual dueling, I will probably be using the land from this set because so far these are beautiful, guys. I love the mana each time. Like, this is something I noticed with Pokemon they don't do, but the mana on Magic the Gathering is beautiful new artwork for each set, and that is just an awesome little detail. This is kind of cool. Looks like a kind of like a little hurricane situation going on. We're going to put that up there for you. A little hurricane going on. I know I gotta hurry along because there's a lot of these. We're moving on to the swamps now. Is that another cave situation? They're going with caves. I guess that makes sense. You know, it's Dungeons and Dragons. These aren't caves, these are dungeons. That is beautiful. Some purple crystals. So we're gonna throw that apparently. Just throwing away our mana. Alright, the next one is a swamp situation with a little structure in the background. Look at that little staircase to the side. This is kind of a cool little wall situation. Look at that. Alright, this one looks another in the dungeon or cave or whatever. This one looks like a little statue in a cave. Kind of cool. They're really pushing those caves. Okay. Now we got a mountain land. So there's just mountains and there's forests left, guys. Here's a mountain mana. Beautiful little cave on a mountain. Cave entrance looks like. I'm sure we'll see more caves. Okay, here is some snowy structures. Some snowy, I'm not sure if that's a mountain or what. Well, I mean, it is a mountain probably. These are mountain mana. Probably a mountain. And just as I thought, we're going to see a cave. This is kind of a cool little situation with like little cave, like land bridges in the background. Trying to put that up there for you guys to see. Look at that. Alright, next one. Last mountain we're going to see. This one's kind of cool. This one's another outside of a cave entrance. Looks like a little structure right there in the middle of the cave, which is a cool concept, you know. I don't think I've ever seen artwork like that. Oh, my pile's getting all crooked. Let's see, what else is there? So now we're moving on to the forests. Will you stay piled? No, you will not. Alright, so this is a cool forest with a structure in the background. It looks like a tower of some sorts. Look at that. Look at those trees. That beautiful artwork. I truly wonder if these are... They have to be. They have to be. I wonder, but how long does it take them to create this art? It's just, it is beautiful. Look at this. Look at those. Look at those beautiful trees. I am just amazed with these cards. Look at the next forest. It's just a single tree. Guess what? It's in a cave. Look at that. Like I said, they really went with the caves. That's Dungeons and Dragons for you. The next one we're going to look at is a cool little... It almost looks like they have little walkways around there. I kind of get like Sky City vibes almost from Star Wars, but these are around trees. Look at that. That's beautiful. I'm not going to go through the hollows because I'm assuming they're just the same versions of these. There's 20 of them. 4 of each color. These are all hollows. However, on the front they have this treasure chest holographic. It is an artifact. If you guys don't know what that means it has no color. There's probably more details than that why it's an artifact, but look at this. So you can pay 4 mana, sacrifice treasure chest, and roll a d20. And here we go right off the bat. We're seeing how this d20 is going to come into effect. So you roll 1, you lose 3 life. That's a critical fail. 2 to 9, you create 5 of these treasure tokens. No, 5 treasure tokens. 10 to 19, you gain 3 life, draw 3 cards. 20, you search the library for a card. If it's an artifact card, you may put it onto the battlefield. Otherwise, put the card in your hand, then shuffle. That is awesome. I kind of like that they're doing that. However, that also poses the problem of it's already kind of a random game with what you draw. It's now becoming more random. So, alright, what is this? How to cast spells. Great Great information for you guys who are learning how to fight, how to play, how to duel. This goes a little more information, attacking and blocking. I'm sure you guys can find more information on the website, on Google, on how the full-on combat works. We're going to set that aside for now. Find a place to make room, because guys, it is time for what you came for. Oh, here's some more. Here's some formats. On your turn, yes, this comes a lot of different sets. This is basically your order of operations, I guess you can call it. I don't know what the official term is. I used to know it, but I forget. Basically, that is every step you need to fight in Magic. Always good to remember that. So, right here, guys, 10 booster packs, a draft booster packs. So there's 15 cards in each of these. Normally, you'd be at an event right now. You'd each get, I forget how many. You get a set amount of these, like 6, I'm not sure. You make a deck right there on the spot, and then you duel it. That is how drafts work. They're super fun. If you guys haven't done a draft yet, I highly encourage it, because most standard tournaments, you're going to go in there with a preset deck. However, you're not going to know what you're going to get in these drafts, because you're literally just handed a set amount of boosters, and just you make a deck on the spot. You got about half an hour or so. But yeah, I highly encourage you guys go to draft events. They work just like promo events. So yeah, so anyways, let's get to it. Let's go ahead and start with our first package. Now these are all same artwork, unlike the Pokemon cards. Pokemon cards had unique artwork on each pack, kind of. They had a couple of set ones, but these are beautiful artworks. There's a, not sure who that is. We're probably gonna find out through the cards. Probably someone's important in the Magic lore or the Dungeons and Dragons lore. We'll figure it out. I'm sure maybe someone who's more familiar with Dungeons and Dragons already knows who it is, and I just look like a fool. So anyways, I'm going to start off by saying I did play a little bit of Dungeons and Dragons, just tabletop with friends, but I've never really got big into the lore. I know there's a massive lore I'd love to get into. I just never had enough time. But anyway, so let's get to this, guys. Let's open this first pack. So, first off, we'll start with the hardest part. We will open it. So, as always, I will struggle because I'm horrible at this part. Okay. There we go. Gives you guys something to laugh at. So, here is our first pack. Okay, so our first card we get is the Secret Door, a artifact creature. So obviously I was wrong with that definition of artifact. I don't remember what artifact means, but I know it's its own special type. So it's a wall, which usually means it's defender only. Means it can't attack. It's beautiful artwork though. Look at that, guys. It looks like an elf of some sort. Look at that. So, as this says right off the bat, venture into the dungeon. So, I am really curious to how those work. I may have to look more into it after this video is done, guys. But let's go to the next one. Is a potion of healing. Is a artifact. I did hear there's going to be items in this set, so that's kind of cool. One potion here into the battlefield. Draw a card. Sacrifice to gain a life. Look at that. That is cool. So, we have our first black card. Thieves' Tools. So, when Thieves' Tools enters a battlefield, create a creature token. This is an equipment card. I'm not sure what the treasure tokens do. Maybe we'll get a treasure token later on. That'll be a little more definition to us. Circle of the Moon Druid. This is a green card, a forest mana creature, human elf druid. Goes in a bear form as long as your turn. Circle of Life Moon Druid is a bear. Base power, toughness 4/2. So that's kind of cool. On your turn, when it's your turn, let's focus, it kind of reverses its stats in this thing. Instead of being a 2/4, it becomes a 4/2. That is kind of a cool feature. Dragon's Fire, a mountain or fire or red or whatever mana you want to call it. I guess it'd be considered fire. So look at that. That is some beautiful artwork. I'm probably not going to go into each detail of what each card does, but I'm going to keep, showing you the artwork. Clever Conjurer. So this is a gnome wizard. Oops, let's throw that. This is a gnome wizard. Look at that. So I'm hoping to find some pretty cool planeswalkers. I don't know if I will or not. I know someone I know recently bought some packs and got 3 new planeswalkers. I don't know if they were this set. I believe they were, but I'm not entirely sure. So that would be exciting to see. Hoarding Ogre. It is a ogre. Look at that. And it utilizes the dice again. So that's kind of cool. Spare Dagger. That's kind of some cool artwork. Look at that. It's an artifact equipment. Look at that beautiful knife. I forgot to show you guys the ogre, so let's go back a little bit. Look at that giant smile it's got there. It's hoarding everything. Alright. You see a guard approach. That's very reminiscent of kind of stuff you hear in Dungeons and Dragons. Choose one. There we go. Yes, I'm loving this so far. Distract the guard, which will tap the target creature, or hide. Target creature you control gains hexproof. So that is kind of cool. They're incorporating that. They really went all out with the D&D. This honestly feels like it's gonna feel like playing D&D and Magic the Gathering. Neverwinter Dryad. Dryad? I think that's how I'm saying it. But it is a green creature. It's a 1/1 for 1 forest green mana. Now I may make a deck eventually. I'll probably show you guys, my deck. I'm not anything good at Magic. I've never been amazing. But I'll try to show you what I make, but it's probably not gonna be great. I might actually one day do some gameplay, that'd be kind of cool to do some events and tournaments. But yeah, so let's go to our first uncommon card, Lurking Roper. It is a tree with like a mouth on it. What is that? Some sort of tree monster. That is kind of a cool artwork. I like that. It is a forest. Its type is a horror. That's cool. Lurking Roper doesn't untap during your untap step. Whenever you gain life untap. That is kind of a hard card to use, but if you can, it's a 4/5. But every time you attack with it, it's going to be tapped until you can heal some way. Next uncommon card is a Ingenious Smith. That is kind of a cool looking little human. Look at that beautiful artwork. This is amazing what they can do at the Magic the Gathering, at Wizards of the Coast, I should say. This is just beautiful. Look at that blacksmith. Human Artificer. Look at that. It's a 1/1 for 1 and a white. Alright, we're going to go to our next uncommon, which, ooh, look at this. It's a legendary. Sorry if I butcher this, guys, but Trelisara Moondancer. This is a legendary right here. Legendary creature. Elf Cleric. Whenever you gain life, put a 1/1 counter on the name and scry 1. So this, if you play it right and early enough, this can become an amazing, unstoppable force. So we're going to move on to our first rare card, well, our only rare card, Guardian of Faith. This is a creature with Spirit Knight. It is a flash card, which is amazing. Flash cards are really, really useful. It's got Vigilance. When there's a battlefield, any number of other target creatures you control phase out. So what does phase out mean? Let's go and look at that. Treat them and anything attached to them as though they don't exist until the controller's next turn. So that means, I guess, spells won't work on them or something. But anyways, here is that card. Is a 1/2 white mana. And then, as always, next we're going to have our island, a basic land. There's always one basic land in these. Look at that. We've already went through the artwork. We're not going through it again. And a token. Here is a treasure token. So this tells us what they were talking about. So if I tap this and sacrifice this, I add 1 mana of any color. That can be very useful. If you have something that you know is going to take a lot of mana to summon, you got a bunch of these artifacts, you know, just tapping those is going to really make life easier. We're going to make a separate token pile. So, next we're going to move on to our next pack. Alright, so let's go and see if I have trouble opening this, as I always do. Go ahead and have a good laugh at me, guys. Oh, look at that! I opened it in one go. Check that out. I don't remember if I showed you guys this card last time. Oh, no, that's the treasure token. We're not going to worry about that. So, first card right off the bat is a Dwarf Hold Champion. It is a Dwarf Warrior. Look at that. It is a beautiful. It's a white card, so 1 mana plus a white mana. Takes 2 mana total. It's a 3/1. As long as Dwarf Hold Champion is equipped, it gets +2 defense. +0/+2. Okay, we have a Deadly Dispute card. It is a black card. 1 plus a black mana. It is an instant, so those are always useful. Keep those handy. Next is Compelled Duel. So this is a sorcery card, meaning you can only play that on your turn or special instances. Target creature gets a +3/+3 until end of turn and must be blocked. This turn if able. That is kind of cool. Next we have Jaded Sellsword. So when Jaded Sellsword enters the battlefield, if mana from a treasure was spent to cast it, it gains first strike and haste on the turn. So those treasure tokens are going to be amazing. Look at that, it's a 3 plus a red mana for a 4/3 Jade Sellsword Dragon Warrior. That is kind of cool. I know when we played D&D or the house rules, we had one of our members of our party was a Dragonborn, I believe they're called. And yeah. Next we have a Human Rogue, a blue 3+1 blue for a 2/5. 2/5, that sounds actually pretty cool with that 5. That's going to have a lot of health. Yeah, so this is another one that says enter into the dungeon. We gotta figure out what that means. Drawbringer Cleric, a human cleric. So this one looks like it heals you. So you gain 2 life. When you're in this battlefield, choose 1. Cure wounds, you gain 2 life. Spell magic, destroy target enchantment, or general repose. Exile target card from a graveyard. So that is kind of cool that once this comes into play, it acts as if it's a real healer, a real cleric from the D&D campaign. Silver Raven. When Silver Raven enters the battlefield, scry 1. So if you guys don't know what scry 1 means, that look at the top card of your library. You may put that card on the bottom of your library. If you ever get a scry 2 or scry 3, you get to put them back in any order you want, which is very useful. So this is kind of cool. What is this? I have never seen this type of border. So this is a Null Hunter. I know everyone hates nulls. Pack Tactics. Whenever a Null Hunter attacks, if you attack the creatures with a total power of 6 or greater in combat, put a 1/1. That is insane. But look at this beautiful border and background. That is something cool. I've never seen that before. That's gotta be something new with this set. Maybe, maybe not. I also should tell you guys, I haven't played Magic in quite some time since Throne of Eldraine, so anything new, I don't know what it is. You come to a river. Another one of those from the D&D. Choose 1. Fight the current, which will return target non-land permanent to his hand, or find a crossing. Target creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn, and cannot be blocked. Look at that. You come to a river. There's the party right there. That is cool that they're doing that. So our first uncommon is a legendary creature right off the bat. Brunor Battlehammer. Look at that dwarf warrior. Each creature you control gets a +2/+0 for each equipment attached to it. So they're bringing back the dwarves. You may pay 0 rather than pay the equip cost of the first equip ability you activate each turn. So this will help you if you have those massive equips. Look at that. That is a beautiful legendary creature. The camera's going to freak out a little bit. 5/3. Next uncommon is a Dragon's Disciple. A creature monk. Look at that. That is kind of cool. It's like a little monk. Right there with his staff. We're going to focus 100 different times. So 1/3. That's kind of cool. Next card. Next uncommon is a Goblin Morningstar. So we have an equipment now, guys. Remember that one card lets us be free. Check that out. It's a fire. 1 fire. Beautiful. Now we're going to move on to our rare. It is another legendary creature, Oswald Fiddlebender. Look at this. Takes 1 plus a white for a 2/2. Look at that. Magic Tinkering. That sounds kind of cool. What does that do? Sacrifice an artifact. Search your library for an artifact. Card with mana value equal to 1 plus the sacrifice mana value. Put it onto the battlefield. So that is kind of cool. Next is, what is this? It's a common card, but it's a holographic one. Bar the Gate. Counter target creature or planeswalker spell. Venture into the dungeon. Another thing with that dungeon. We'll set that on the side. It's holographic. And now we have a basic card, as always, a Swamp. Look at that beautiful artwork of that wall again. And another treasure token. Now I wonder if it's just treasure tokens this round. I remember, I forget which one. You guys probably mad at me. It may have been Throne of Eldraine with the food tokens. That was pretty much what anyone chose, or anyone got, I mean. Just food tokens. So I think that was all there was. So next pack. Let's open it up. Ooh, look at that. I'm getting good at this, guys. I feel like these are a little easier than the Pokemon ones were. So there we go. Our first card of this pack is going to be a Fate's Reversal, a sorcery card. 1 black, 1 plus a black. Look at that. Beautiful. Return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Venture into the dungeon. Oh, this says what that means. To the first room or advance to the next room. Okay. So, I'm not sure how that works. I guess we'll find out. I guess those are considered token cards as well. Next card is a Scaled Herbalist. 1 plus a green. Look at that beautiful Lizard Druid. Okay. So that is that race. I forget what it was called in the D&D universe. Not Tabaxi. Those were the people that were like a jaguar or something, or cheetah. I forget what the lizard ones were called. Maybe lizard folk? Maybe. I don't know. Next card is Valor Stinger. It is a Tiefling Bard. Check that out. We also had a Tiefling in the party. Look at that. Combat Inspiration. At the beginning of combat on your turn, target creature you control gets a +1/+0. That's a 2/3 for 2 plus a red mana. A little expensive for that, I think. No, not really. Clever Conjurer, a gnome wizard again. I think we had this card already. Look at that, though. Look at that beautiful artwork. Beautiful. We have a +2 mace. Okay, another equipment card. We are getting a lot of those. So I may, at one point, go through each of these cards. Separate the reds, the blues, the blacks, all those. Separate the artifacts. Let's get that focus. Come on. Artifact equipment. Equipped creature gets a +2/+2. Look at that. Eye of the Beholder. I've actually heard of this. I don't remember what it means, though. Instant. Target creature gets a -11/-11 until next turn. That is, whew, that's going to just straight nerf someone. Vampire Spawn is a vampire. I used to love vampire cards because I loved the whole, every time I attack you, that I get life from it, which was a cool, amazing concept. And I remember my friends, they hated playing against me just because that's how I would win, just sap their life. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and put this on the pile. When there's a battlefield, each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. Just, I love those cards. We're going to have to make a new pile. That's another thing a lot of people don't know about Magic. I guess a lot of people do, but not everyone knows that you can actually play multiple people. It doesn't have to be a 1v1. It gets kind of difficult when you have more than 1v1. I've tried it, and it, for one, it took hours. So, next card is a Feign Death card. Until end of turn, target creature gains. When this creature dies, turn to the battlefield tapped. So that is kind of a cool. It's an instant as well, so play that not just on your turn, but any turn. For a single black mana, that is super cheap. Next card, Celestial Unicorn. Okay. When you gain life, put a 1/1 counter on Celestial Unicorn. This is a beautiful card. Look at that unicorn just sitting in a field. Makes me wonder if there's going to be more unicorns and stuff like that, because that'd be cool to make a unicorn deck. I'm going to get my girlfriend into Magic, and I feel like she's going to want a unicorn deck, if that is a thing. Bullet. Let's see. This is a creature, a beast. It's a 3/3, a 3 plus a tree. 3 plus a tree. We're rhyming over here. At the beginning of your end step, if a creature died this turn, come on, focus, put a 1/1 counter. So that's kind of cool. That can get real big. So another one of these arts. Look at this artifact creature. It's a golem. It's an iron golem. Iron golem attacks or blocks each combat if available. Okay, so that could be a downside. It is a 5/3, however, so whatever it attacks, it's going to do massive damage. It's got vigilance as well. First, oh no, that wasn't a common card, by the way, guys. I'm curious to what this background is. Like, what is this? Why is it like this? Kind of this old, like a weathered paper, I don't know. But yeah, I love that look though. Monk of the Open Hand is an elven monk with a 1/1 for 1 white. There we go. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, put a 1/1 counter on Monk of the Open Hand. That sounds like that can get really strong for really cheap. Next uncommon card is You Meet in a Tavern. There's another choose card. Choose one, form a party, or start a brawl. This is some cool artwork right there. A couple people in a tavern. You guys can pause the video and read what all this says if you guys are interested in what each of these mean. If not, you can always look these cards up online. So our rare card of this is Zorn. Okay, so this is a creature elemental. So if you would create 1 or more treasure tokens, instead create those tokens plus an additional treasure token. Okay. So it is an elemental creature, a 2 plus red, a 3/2. Look at that. Some beautiful artwork. And we have a basic land, is a green forest. Look at that beautiful artwork. And our token, I'm guessing, is another treasure token. No token this time around, guys. But just a little quick advertisement for Magic the Arena. Look at this. You guys are interested in Magic. If you guys are interested in Magic, can't afford to play, check out Magic the Arena. Duel your friends for free. It is an amazing idea. However, I prefer in person. You guys might prefer playing online. Next deck, guys. We are running out of room though, so let's go ahead and move some things. We'll actually put these over here so we can have keep all of our cards in one spot. So let's get this next deck. Where are we at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We are powering along. 7 more, guys. Alright, this video is actually getting pretty long, however. So what I might do is just the first 5, and I'll do a follow-up video for the next 5 on the week afterwards, guys. So you guys can see that coming up. So let's get on to this one, guys. So that is already a cool back of the card. I've never seen that before. Secret Lair. What is that? We'll get to that. It's probably just a token or an advertisement. So 3, 4, 5. So we're going to open up what's left here, guys, in this package. We'll see. There we go. Spoils of the Hunt. This is an instant for 2 plus a green. Look at that. There's a man who looks like they just hunted an animal of some sort. Is that animal or person? I think it's animal. Yeah, it's animal. Look at my very unsteady hands. Check that out. Next card we're going to pull is a Brazen Dwarf. A Dwarven Shaman. Look at that. That guy looks pretty freaking cool, guys. For 1 plus a red mana, you have a 1/3. Whenever you roll 1 or more dice, Brazen Dwarf deals 1 damage to each opponent. That's kind of cool considering a lot of these cards are requiring dice. Next card we have is Contact Other Plane. There's another roll d20 dice. Bunch of things it does. Draw 2 cards, scry 2, then draw 2, or scry 3 and draw 3. That is kind of cool. I'm excited to see that play. I might look up some gameplay or find some local people to play. Delver's Torch. This is an artifact equipment. Check that out, guys. Some more equipment. They went heavy on the items and equipment this one because you know that's D&D. So there we go.